it is better, it is to be castrated. Okay, so that it cannot be used for breeding, or it cannot breed, or it cannot mate at all. That is one objective. That means to prevent indiscriminate breeding. And the second objective is, in case of large ruminant I am talking about, it is to make a good bullock. Because wool, it is very difficult to man, very difficult to control, very difficult to restrain, very difficult to manage. Okay, that is why bullock we can put. Okay, and bullocks are more docile, they are more muscular. Okay, and they can be put into work. That is the objective of castration in case of large ruminant. But in case of small ruminant, the main objective of castration is to prevent meat taint. Suppose I will ask you which meat you will prefer, whether meat or buck meat. Buddha maso bol lage na khas. Yes, yes, please. Which meat you prefer? Hello.
Khasi.
It is always. There is no doubt. We always prefer wether meat, khasi mangso. Okay. Why? Because in case of pork meat, that will impart a bad odor, bad flavor. We don't relish it. Okay. And to prevent this bad odor that is known as meat taint, the animal can be castrated. Okay. Preferably, it should be always castrated so that that typical smell won't be there. Okay. And particularly when you are using the animal after sexual maturity, because after sexual maturity only that meat taint will be developed. So if you are using the animal, if you are slaughtering the animal after sexual maturity, then castration is a must. Just 1 minute, somebody is waiting outside. Yes. Okay. And second thing is that the quality of meat what you will get, that will be better. Uncastrated males are also known as entire male. Okay. So entire male or uncastrated male meat is not that preferable. The quality of meat is poor, plus the flavor what it will impart, that is also not usually preferable by the consumers. Okay. Third thing is that the castrates. Castrates means those animals which have been castrated. The waders, they usually grow fast, and there is more amount of muscle deposition as compared to fat. So that will increase the value of meat, that will increase the palatability or taste of meat. Then, of course, if the animal is not fit for breeding, if it is not that good animal, then it is always better to use that animal for meat purpose. Because in case of a small ruminant, we are having a big advantage. What is that advantage? Suppose in case of dairy farm, in case of dairy farm, when the animal is pregnant, always the owner will pray that I should get a female calf. Is it that or not? Okay. When the cow is pregnant, we always pray that the calf should be a female one, because the male calves usually they are not that useful in a dairy setup. Commercial dairy setup, they are not at all useful. Okay. In case of plowing, they can be used, but their use has reduced like anything. So in case of large ruminant, the females are much more costlier or much more preferable. But in case of small ruminant, the case is totally different. Here, the males and females, they are equally. Calling. Calling means weeding out, disposal of uneconomical animal. It is different for large ruminant or for dairy farm and for small ruminant farm. In case of dairy farm, if the animal is not suitable for your commercial setup, if it is not economical to rear that animal, so you have to discard it. Okay. And usually all these animals, they are having very low price. But in case of small ruminant, the calling concept is almost negligible. Why negligible? Because in case of small ruminant, if the animal is fit, it can be used for breeding. If it is unfit, it can be used for meat production. And such unfit animals are always castrated to be used for meat production. So those animals which you feel they are not fit for breeding, then better to castrate them. And in this way you are preventing indiscriminate breeding. That means you are preventing that this animal should not be able to pass its character to the next generation, and that animal is also being used as a meat animal. So that is two advantage in case of small ruminant. and in some cases, castrated male can be used for stress detection. Here again, it is totally different in case of commercial farm, commercial dairy farm, and small ruminant farm. Commercial dairy farm, we are keeping only female animal, so and we are going for artificial insemination for service to get the animal conceived. But in case of small ruminant, it is different. You are keeping both male and female. That is why in case of small ruminant, stress detection is not that important because males are there, they will detect the animal in heat and they will go for mating. But in case of large ruminant, the situation is totally different where you have to detect the animal which is in heat, then you can put it into artificial insemination. That is the difference. Okay. Are you clear? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
Yes, yes,
Just
sir.
1 minute. My headphone is showing some problem. Just 1 minute. Just a minute. Is it fine now? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
There was some problem in my headphone. That is why I have to change it. Okay. So now I think you are quite clear. What is the objective of castration in case of small ruminant farm, and what is the objective of castration in case of large ruminant farm? How these two types of setup are totally different. Are you clear? Hello? Hello?
yes, sir.
Okay. Next is, of course, when the animal is castrated, there is less secretion or less synthesis of male sex steroids. So, because of this male sex steroids, the animals become very aggressive. It is very difficult to manage. So, when the animal is castrated, there is less synthesis of these sex hormones. So, the animal is much more docile. They can easily be managed. So, these are the advantages of castration. Next is docking, because method of castration and docking I will discuss together, because in most of the cases castration and docking they are done together. Okay, they are done in the same operation. Okay, so what is docking? Docking is only done in case of sheep. Okay, sheep and also in case of dogs. In some dogs we are going for docking. Like Doberman, we are going for docking. Okay, so what is docking? Shortening or cutting of tail is known as docking. Okay, you know, in case of sheep, the hair, the tail is always hanging like this. Okay, which region is known as dog? In the body, which portion of body is known as dog? Yes, anyone?
Head of the tail.
Tail.
Yes, yes, where the tail originates, or the origin of the tail or head of the tail is known as dog. Okay, so we are cutting the tail. That is why the operation is known as docking. Okay, so why it is done? Usually in Indian condition, we don't go for docking. Okay, but in the Western countries, docking is a regular practice. Then why should we go for docking? First thing, it improves health and welfare. Why? Because in many of the cases, the tail is always hanging like this, and the animal is always managed in extensive system. So, if the animal is managed in extensive system, there may be chances of some injury in the tail. Okay. In case of goat, those injuries usually you can mark. And in case of goats, also the injury possibilities are very less. Why? The tail is always erect. But in case of sheep, the tail is droopy, so there are more chances of injury. Second thing is that in case of sheep, there is a covering of fleece or covering of wool. Okay, when the wool cover is there, it is very difficult on the part of the shepherd to detect or to notice where the injuries are. Okay, that is why he will never go for treating those injuries. Okay, but that injury will invite different flies. Different flies, different flies, or different flies are there. So the flies will come and they will lay their eggs in those injuries. Okay, in those wounds. Okay, so there will be larvae coming out of those eggs. So those larvae are known as wool maggots. Those are known as maggots. जोटा मैं ओडिया रे कहू घारे पोको लागि जाइछि. So what are these? These are the maggots of some flies. Okay. So gradually they will eat up these living tissues. So this is a very weird thing. That is why if you are simply cutting the tail, ना रहेगी बांस ना बजेगी बांसुरी. So there is no tail, so there is no injury to tail. Okay, so this is one of the major objective of docking. Second thing is that it will prevent the fecal matter accumulation because the tail is droopy. In many of the cases, there will be fecal matter attached to the wool, and that also may create problem. Okay, that is why to make the animal look good, to maintain the welfare of the animal, it is always advisable to cut the tail. Okay, so it will solve many purposes. And another thing is that if we are cutting the tail, that will also help in breeding or mating of the animal. That is why in many of the cases, usually we cut the tail, so it will not hinder in breeding or mating activities. Okay. Another thing, it is very easy to observe the odor and if there is any problem in the odor because usually we observe the odor from the rear side. Okay, if the tail is not there, it will not hamper the view of the odor. That is one added advantage. Another thing is there, it is from the seller's point of view. Okay, sorry, it is from the buyer's point of view because these animals they are reared for meat production and from the tail hardly any meat you can get. Okay, but tail is having its weight, so if you cut the tail that will reduce the weight and that will improve the dressing percentage of the animal. Okay, that is why usually buyers they you always prefer on-tail lamps. Okay, if the tail is not there, they always prefer this on-tail or docked lamps. Okay, so that is the major advantage. Clear? Then when it is to be done, in majority of the cases, we should do castration and docking together. Okay, and that too it is usually done in the first month itself, preferably after second week and latest by 6 to 7 weeks. So in 1 to 2 months, your docking and castration should be over. Okay, there are many methods of docking and castration. One by one, we will discuss. Okay, so docking and castration usually they are done at the same time. Yes, this is the fast method. This is known as knob nut method. Okay, so this is one method which is particularly practiced in Australia. So here you mark there is a bottle. What does this contain? It contains some anesthetic solution. Okay, so you mark here. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to anesthetize this area. So that area will be numb. That area will be numb, anesthetized. Okay, the animal cannot feel pain there. Then you can go for docking or you can go for castration. Okay, so this is a better method, but it is one patented method followed in Australia. Next, whatever the method you will follow, in all the methods, it should be done during cold season. Okay, because during warm season or during hot season, there is more prevalence of different pathogens or microbes. That is why it is always done in cold. Second thing, it should never be done in a rainy day. Why? Because in case of rainy day, chances of infection of or sepsis is much more higher. And moreover, the prevalence of fly is more in case of rainy season. Okay, so if some injury is there, if some wound is there, flies may come and sit over those wounds. That may create problems. So that should not be there. And whenever it is done, the animal should always be rested. It should not be put into grazing for at least few days. Okay. Next is it is always better to give a tetanus injection, tetanus toxoid to these animals. Why? Because always you think that whenever even in case of human being, whenever you are going for a minor surgery to a major surgery, always tetanus toxoid is given. Why? Because whatever the precaution you may take, chances of infection might be there. So you have to nullify is nullify any chance, even 1% chance you cannot take. Okay, so you have to nullify any chance of infection. So that is why tetanus toxoid should always be administered when you are going for castration or blocking. The second method is known as Burdizzo method. It is the most popular method. It is the bloodless method of castration. It is the Burdizzo method of castration. For this method, such type of castrator are used. This is known as Burdizzo castrator. This is for large ruminant and this is for small ruminant. Okay, so whenever you are using this Burdizzo castrator, before the operation, please check these two edges are totally fine, totally proper. What do you mean totally fine or proper? They are closely opposed to each other. There is no gap at all. There should not be any gap between these two edges. Okay, so that thing you have to ensure. If any gap is there, you have to change the instrument or you have to repair the instrument. That instrument is not fit for use. Okay, so this is the body of castrator for cattle. This is the body of castrator for small ruminant. Okay, then in this case, you have to pull the testicle in the scrotum towards one side. Then you have to feel where is the spermatic cord, because through spermatic cord all these reproduction activities there that will be mediated. Okay, so you have to cross this spermatic cord. It is extremely painful, I must tell you. It is extremely painful. So whenever you are going to do this thing, be sure it is to be done in only one chance, because that it is painful, and that too that pain will last for less than just no, just 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, so the animal will be under pain. If you are failing in your first attempt, you cannot expect the animal to be turning to you for the next attempt. Okay, so whenever you are going to do this, be sure with your strength, be sure you are going to do this operation with only one shot, with only one set. There is no concept of retake in case of this thing. Okay, so so this is the body of castrator. This is how it is done. You are simply pressing this pliers like instrument known as body castrator over the spermatic cord so that it is totally crossed. Once it is crossed, your job is over. Okay, an animal may be under pain. Okay, but in case of animals, we are lucky that the animal's pain receptors is quite weak as compared to human beings. Primates are usually having the best pain receptor. Okay, suppose you are simply hitting a pin, okay, you can feel the pain. But in case of animals, their pain receptor is quite subdued. Okay, so these are the differences. Okay, so this is how the body of method of castration is done. Clear? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
so this is how it is done. So whenever you are doing this operation, be sure you are doing it only in first step. Okay. Next is open method of surgical method. Usually in case of small ruminant, we should never go for open method of surgical method. But sometimes in case of large ruminant, you may need to go for this. If the male calf is having very good growth, or you are doing this operation at an old age, then this is the option. Okay. So in case of this, what you need to do, you need to first feel this thing, then this spermatic cord is caught. Okay, next you can go for this. Okay, so this is the open method, surgical method, so it is not done. Next is banding method or illustrator method. This is the easiest method, but it is also quite painful. In India, we don't go for this method. Okay, and whenever you are using this method, it is always advisable to go for this method in the very first week. Okay, so this is the illustrator applicator, and this is the heavy duty rubber band. This rubber band is put in this applicator like this. Then it is sleeved onto this scrotum. Okay, it is sleeved like this. Okay, it is sleeved like this. Clear? And gradually that will reduce the blood flow. Once the blood flow is reduced, gradually that will become numb, and all those physiological activities that will be almost finished inside that scrotum. So this is the way it is carried out, but it is bit painful. Okay, so it is not done. Even this method can be practiced for docking. Simply the same thing. You can put it in the tail region. Gradually, that will reduce the blood flow, and after few days, after few weeks, the tail will stop off. But yes, it is painful. Okay, but as it is very easy to do, it is to practice. Easily, you can do around 100 or more than 100 operations in a day. Okay, so the shepherds usually they prefer this method. But nowadays, when we are talking about animal welfare issues, we don't advocate this method. Rather, what is the method is a better method. The animal will feel pain, but for shorter time. But in case of this method, the animal will be under for a longer time. The same thing. Okay. This is the talking how it is done. Okay. You mark here, the illustrator or band has been applied on the tail. It is painful. Okay. That is why just 5 minutes back I told you we are lucky enough as a veterinarian. We are lucky enough that animals' pain receptors are very subdued. It is not that strong. It is not that intense as compared to human being. Or else, if we are doing all this nonsense with a human being, as a doctor, you must have been beaten. Okay, but in case of animals, that is not the case. Next is emasculator method or emasculatum method. This is another method. It is used for docking. Here, it is will be cut off. Okay. Again, it is not that a good method. It is quite painful. Okay, that is why it is usually not done. This is the emasculatum. Okay, it is having very sharp edge, so that will cut the edge. Just 1 minute. କରିଦେଇଛି ନହେଲେ ଆପଣ ଦେଖିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ସୁଦେଶ ନହେଲେ ଦେଖେଇଦେବେ କରିଦେଇଛି ହଁ କରିଦେଇଛି ଦିଟା କରିଦେଇଛି ଅଲଗା ଅଲଗା କରିଦେଇଛି ହଁ okay you can continue. So this is known as emasculatum method. Again, it is not done in India. Okay, so in India we are going for Buddhism method. I am simply showing you what are the different methods of doing all these activities in different parts of the world. This is one method. Again, it has been very popular in Western countries, but nowadays also they are not doing this operation. But this is they are preferring, or illustrator method they are preferring. Another is electrical docking. It is similar to this. In case of this emasculatum, there is no electrical thing, but in case of electrical docking, it is similar to that emasculatum method. In addition to that, it is having a coil, and this coil will be very hot. Okay, so that will prevent hemorrhage or flowing of blood. Okay, so this is the method. This is known as electrical docking method or hot iron method. So this will help in cauterization of wound or healing of wound at a quicker rate. This is the method. Again, it is also quite popular in the Western world, particularly in Australia and New Zealand, though they are not Western world for us, but it is quite popular in Australia and New Zealand. This is the method. This is the blade we are having. Okay, and this is the hitting of it. Okay, the wire is coming like this, and this will be hit. So this is the way it is carried out. And last but not the least, mechanical ducking. If nothing works, this is the only option. Okay, but it is not a good thing to do. Okay, and it is also, you have to also take care good amount of post-operative care. Okay, if you are becoming very relaxed during that period, you are inviting problem that would may invite sepsis, that would may get infected. So these things are usually not done. Okay, so this is the mechanical cutting method. So this part, castration docking part, this is actually from practical part. Okay, as I am discussing the management part, I am discussing all these things. Actually, this is the practical part. Okay, this is the body method, how we are ducking the animal. Next is how much you should duck. Okay, it is totally one subjective area. It print mu କାଢିନି just 1 minute. Print କାଢିନି, ଖାଲି ଦେଖିବେ ଆପଣ, ଦେଖିଲା ପରେ print ଟା କାଢିଥାନ୍ତି। ହେଲା କ୍ଲାସ୍ ସଲେ 11:30 ବେଳକୁ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ସରିବ ମୁଁ କହିବି। ହଁ। Okay, so how much you should duck? It varies from person to person, from shepherd to shepherd. Okay, but usually we say that it should be up to anus region. Okay, just 2 to 3 coccyx extra. Okay, so that is the usual length of duck tail. Okay. Weaning already I have discussed. Next is always you remember, in case of small ruminant, your major aim is to gain the body weight, and you have to check this thing at regular interval. It is always desirable if you are able to check the body weight in fortnightly interval, or else every month body weight you should be having. And this is the way we take the body weight of small ruminant. You have to hold the animal like this. Okay, then you take the total body weight, then subtract your body weight. So this is the way we take the body weight of small ruminant. And always we say that whenever one animal is sold, whenever one animal is put it to use, always the body weight will be taken. Okay. If the animal is a large animal, suppose it is a Boer goat or a Jamnapari goat or a large beetle goat, in such cases, you cannot lift the animal like this because the animal will be 70 kg, 80 kg, or even 100 kg. So, in such cases, weighing machine or weighing balance or weighing scale can be your option. You can put the animal inside this case, then you can take the body weight. Like this, you can also take the body weight. Here, the munter is there, you can take the body weight like this. Okay. Feeding part, already I have told you a lot about feeding part. Okay, so in the feeding part, just few points you have to remember. Okay, so if time permits, we'll discuss again the detail the feeding part, but roughly I am summarizing the feeding part. Feeding part, in case of feeding part, as we are rearing the small ruminant in extinction condition, as they are only used for meat production, so only strategic feeding you have to follow. Strategic means only during a certain phase of life or only during certain seasons you can go for feeding of the animal or feeding something extra to the animal. So once a season is before mating, usually 3 to 4 weeks before mating, both for males and females, you may go for fussing. This is very important for females, particularly if the female is expected to carry twins or triplets. So fussing you have to do. Okay, fussing means supplementation of concentrate 2 3 to 4 weeks before expected date of mating, that is known as fussing. Okay, it will help in super ovulation, multiple ovulation. It will help in uh, uh, getting multiple ovulation and twins in your subsequent conception. Okay. Next is steaming up. Females during the final month of pregnancy, during advanced stage of pregnancy, the animals should be supplemented something extra because the intake of the animal has drastically reduced, but the nutritional requirement is much more higher because major growth of fetus that occurs during this phase. So the animal should be supplemented something extra. That is known as steaming up. Next is challenge feeding. That means in this case, you are challenging the female to produce good amount of milk so that the nourishment of the kids or the lambs would be better. That we call challenge feeding. Okay. In case of large ruminants, the challenge feeding can start before the parturition. In case of small ruminants, it is also the same case, but it has to again continue even in the first 1 month or 2 months of lactation. Next, growing lambs and kids after weaning. Okay, so if you mark that your animals are not growing well, they are having stunted growth, then you may feed something extra. Okay, apart from this, salt leak or provision of mineral mixture should also be there. Okay, so this is regarding the strategic feeding. Regarding detailed feeding, I'll be discussing if time permits. Okay. So these are the different types of measure because in case of goats, usually they don't prefer to graze or they don't prefer to take the food from the ground. That is why you can fix the measure at a height like this. So these things are also commercially available, or the farmers they can fabricate such type of instruments. Okay, you can put the things here, they will take, and you can put your branches, tree branches or greens here, they can take the forages there. Okay, so this is the way, not required for you. Okay, next is deworming. Okay, next is some healthcare tips I need to give you. First one is deworming. Deworming is very important for small ruminants. Okay, as compared to large ruminants, because in case of small ruminants, they are reared in extensive system or grazing system. So obviously, they are more predisposed to, they are more prone to different types of endoparasites. Parasites are of two types. One is ectoparasite, which are found over the body. Second one is endoparasite, which are found inside the body. Okay. So as they are breathing outside, the possibilities of harboring such endoparasites, they may be nematode, they may be cestode, they may be trematode or flukes. That is much more higher. Okay. So that is known as these are known as endoparasites. So to remove endoparasites, you have to go for deworming. Okay. And before breeding, sorry, Before breeding, again, I am telling you, all the does should be dewormed. Okay, and it's at about 1 month of age, and if you are giving some green or some solid food, they should be dewormed. And deworm should always be done in 3 month interval. But before prescribing any deworming drug, they are known as anthelmintic drug. You have to go for picoscopy. We are having hundreds of parasites. Okay, we are having also several drugs, 20 or 25 drugs we are having at our disposal. So you have to check the fecal sample. You have to check the dung. Okay. So what type of parasites are prevalent? Accordingly, which drug you will give that will work. Okay. Suppose in your area, flukes or nematodes are more, but you are prescribing one drug for nematode. So usually that will not work. That is why always whenever you are going for using the anthelmintic, it should be based on picoscopy or fecal examination. Okay. And during early pregnancy or during urban gestation, it is not wise to go for deworming because majority of the deworming drug that may cause abortion or that may have some teratogenic effect. Teratogenic effect means they may hamper the growth, they may hamper the organogenesis. So you may get one monster. Okay. ତାର ଗୋଟେ ହାତ ନ ତାର ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଡ ନଥିବ କି ଦିଟା ଆଖି ଥିବ ଓକେ ଦିଟା ବଦଳ ତାର ତିନିଟା ଆଖି ଥିବ କି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଆଖି ନଥିବ so such type of things are known as monsters that means that animal or that fetus is abnormal okay so you should not go for deworming during early pregnancy or during late pregnancy okay so this is all about deworming next is dipping I think already I have discussed dipping dipping is one method to eradicate ectoparasites okay particularly in case of sheep they are having scab formation okay so to remove all these problems the animals should be dipped. Have I told you earlier? Koija group dipping? Yes, please. Hello? Dipping Koijinamo?
Yes,
Have I
sir.
told earlier? Yes. Okay. So this is dipping already. I have told you earlier dipping, getting all this. Okay. So apart from dipping, we are having also other methods of removing ectoparasites like pouring. Pouring means a small amount of this dip or this solution is put into different parts of the body, poured into different parts of the body. That is known as pouring, smearing. You can smear, you can smother over the animal's body. This will also work. Okay. And before doing this deeping, you have to remove all, you have to remove the soil or dung thing, okay? So that the animal, so that the solution will be having a better action. In some cases, you can make a spray race, then you can spray over to the animal or you can put this jet of water onto the animal. It is known as jetting. This is dipping. This is how dipping is done. So this is the vaccination schedule. Okay. So these are the important diseases for animals. For particularly, you simply remember 2 or 3 diseases for for the small ruminant. One is enterotoxemia. This is important. PPR. This is important. Okay, these two are most important disease. Okay, apart from this, sheep pox and goat pox. Okay, in addition to this, you may go for anthrax. It is particularly in the endemic areas where anthrax is prevalent, or some diseases where the large ruminants are also affected, like hemorrhagic septicemia and black water. Okay, first four diseases are bacterial diseases, and the last four are viral diseases. This is hoof trimming, particularly when you are rearing the animal in intensive condition, chances of overgrowth of hoof is there. So you need to trim the hoof. This is known as hoof trimming. This is how it is done. It is done with the help of hoof trimmer. Okay. Next is shearing. Madam must have told you. Okay. Shearing is done by the by I got disconnected. Sorry, I got disconnected. I did not have the idea that I got disconnected. Uh, Up to what we were there? I did not know when we got disconnected. Hello.
So we were
Sharing part.
studying sharing.
Okay. Okay. So shearing, it can be done in manual method or it can be done in machine method, mechanical shearing or manual shearing. Another method of shearing is also there, that is known as chemical shearing, but most again, I am sorry, I got disconnected again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, shall I again repeat? Shearing can be done in manual method or in machine method, mechanical shearing or manual shearing. Another third method is also there, that is known as chemical shearing, but usually we don't prefer this method of chemical shearing. Okay. So whenever you are going for shearing, first you have to muster the animal. Muster means you have to gather all the animal in a single paddock or in a single space. Then you have to inspect all the animal, because shearing is a very fast activity. In a fraction of a minute, in 1 to 2 minutes, you can shear one animal if you are that efficient. Second thing, you have to inspect all the animal for presence of any disease or ectoparasites. If some important ectoparasites are there, it is better to treat the animal against this ectoparasites. Next is shearing should always be done by a professional shearer. You cannot think that anybody can go and shear the animal. Second is shearing should start from the belly region. My question is, why should you start shearing from the belly region? Yes. Why from belly region? Yes. तुम पढ़ाई ଯିବେ shearing ଆଗରୁ practical ରେ କୁହ shearing ଟା belly region କାହିଁକି ଆରମ୍ଭ ହୁଏ? Yes.
सर टोटल माने जो फ्लीज टा हमें ताटू पाइबा सारा एंती भांगी नथिबो
Yes,
सेतिबाइका
yes, 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 yes. That is true, but we can start from any point. We can start from any point. Why from belly region?
A long staple length.
In case of belly region, the quality of wool is always poor. Okay, best quality of wool is usually achieved at the usually obtained from the shoulder region. Okay, that is the best quality of wool. Okay, that is why shearing always start from the belly region. And second thing is that from the belly region, there may be some dung, there may be some soil accumulated. Okay, so we should always start shearing from this region. Okay, usually one sheep it should take maximum 1 to 2 minutes. If it is a large one, it may take even 3 minutes. Okay, as soon as the animal is shown, it will be removed from the board. Okay. This is how the animal will be put on the
Sir, we
table.
can't see the slides.
It is okay, okay, okay. Just 1 minute. I don't know. Just 1 minute. Is it fine now? Hello? Hello? Is it visible now?
Sir.
Now? Is it fine?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have to put the animal on the table like this. Okay. Next, the animal will be shown. Okay. You may use machine or you may use hand. Usually it is always better to use machine, so it is faster. So this is the way you are going for shearing. And always to remember, the wool or the fleece, it should be harvested in a single piece. Okay, so that is the shearing. This is how it is done. Okay, and there are two methods of shearing. One, the animal is rotated, one, the person moves around the animal. Okay, usually we prefer the person should, or the shearer should move around the animal, so the animal would be under less stress. So here you mark how the wool is harvested in a single piece. Okay, so this is the method of shearing. It is not required. Okay, so next is chemical shearing. In this case, we are using cyclophosphamide orally. So after 12 to 14 days, I think it must have been discussed by madam. Okay, she must have told you in the practical class. Okay, so this is cyclophosphamide, but it is one potent carcinogenic. That is why it is not in use. Apart from these, recently Australian scientists, they have developed a typical chemical which is injected, that is known as recombinant epidermal growth factor, REGF, recombinant epidermal growth factor. Okay, so that will within the wool, and the wool will break within 1 to 2 weeks of injection. Okay, again, this is not that a good method, because in both the cases, in cyclophosphamide or in this case also, we cannot get the wool in a single piece. That is why it is not a good method. After that, the wool is folded like this. I always say that the wool, now the fleece is just like one shirt. Okay. Next, you fold the wool like this. You are folding the wool. Okay. Clear? So it is simply folded like a shirt. So this is the rolling. Next is rolled. Okay. So this is all about shearing. Yes. These are the. So this is all about your general sheep and goat management. Any question you can ask. Next week we will
Excuse me,
discuss.
sir.
Yes, please.
सर डॉग केस रे डॉकिंग कले सर से एग्रेसिव हो जाए कि अधिक
No, 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 no. It is not like that. It is not like that. Okay. Ducking has nothing to do with aggression. Okay. In case of dog, mostly it will improve the you can say appearance of the animal. That is why they are going for ducking. Okay. But nowadays, many of the welfare activists, they are against this ducking activity. Okay. They don't like this ducking activity. Okay. So today we discussed all the care and management practices for small ruminant. Next class we will discuss the breeding management. So probably and some part I will also cover for feeding management. There we will stop our discussion on sheep and goat management. Okay. Any question from your side you can put.
सर
Yes,
आपण
please.
इलेक्ट्रिकल टॉकिंग कहले कोन गोटे हेमरेज हे जीवो
Electrical ducting, it will control hemorrhage. Okay, and the wound will be healed up early. So that is the advantage of electrical ducting. Okay, in case of other method of ducting, the wound will take a longer time to get healed. But in case of electrical ducting, it is quicker. But nowadays, no one is going for electrical ducting or emasculotome. Everyone is preferring either electrical method in the Western world. In India, we prefer Bordizzo method of ducting. Bordizzo method of practice. Okay. Yes. And docking usually in India, we are not going for docking. It's usually in India. Yes. Any other question? Please. Hello.
सर
Please
सर आपण
go
कहले
ahead.
जो डॉकिंग टा जो मैटिंग को प्रिवेंट करे लगी भी करा जाए
That I will discuss in the breeding class. Can you wait for another 5 days? Okay, breeding class that I will be
यस
discussing. Okay, breeding रे तुमको मड़ा देखे भी देगी. Okay, because what the tail is doing, tail may sometimes cover the female genitalia. Okay, if the tail is quite floppy, if it is full of wool, so that may hinder the mating activity by the ram. Okay, that is why it is better to cut the tail, so it will not hinder the mating. Okay, so that is the thing I wanted to convey.
यस सर
That will also I will again discuss in preparation of female for mating purpose. Yes. Any other question?
तो सर शेयरिंग स्लाइटेड
Just 1 minute. Somebody asked me one question. Just 1 minute. Somebody asked me, so how castration helps in wood growth? Castration helps in deposition of more muscle as compared to fat. Okay, because the sex steroids level will reduce, so that will help in deposition of more muscle rather than fat. So that is how it helps in better growth. Okay, that is why in case of castrated animal, you cannot find a very obese animal. Okay, but if the animal is not castrated, chances of deposition of fat is much more higher. Okay, and you were asking about that shearing slide. Just 1 minute, just a minute. Just 1 minute, I'm opening the slide. This thing we're talking about? Yes, hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Is it
जो
visible
लिखा
now?
है,
Which one?
yes, sir. Sir, जो लिखा
And this
part है,
part
sir.
visible. This thing.
First slide.
This thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is sufficient. Sharing part is already discussed in your practical, so I did not take that much of time to discuss sharing. Okay. It must have been discussed well in the
इलेक्ट्रिकल
practical.
मेथड रे टिके स्लाइड टा देखिए सर इलेक्ट्रिकल मेथड रे स्लाइड टिके
Okay.
देखिए
Sharing is over. Just 1 minute. I tried to convey you whatever the information is there in different contexts, what they follow, everything. But in many of the cases, this is the thing. Yes. Hello, electrical docking, you are talking about? Hello? Hello? Hello?
यस सर यस सर यस सर थैंक यू सर
Okay. Any question?
Sir,
Hello? Hello?
sir,
Yes, please go ahead.
sir.
Please. Yes, yes, yes.
सर
I
जो
am
ଆପଣ
able to.
କହିଲେ ଯୋଉ ଟେଲ୍ ର ଯୋଉ ଥାର୍ଡ ଫୋର୍ଥ ଫିଫ୍ଥ କକ୍ସିଜିଆଲ ମାନେ vertebra ତା ତଳକୁ ମାନେ କଟିଂ କରିଦିଆଯାଏ।
I am again showing you. Yes, this is that. Okay, so it will cover up to the tip of vulva usually. Okay, tip of vulva or anus in case of small gland. Okay, up to this level.
Yes,
Clear?
sir.
You
Sir,
cannot.
yes, sir, emasculator method. Yes,
Emasculate method. Just 1 minute. I am. This is sorry. This is emasculate method. This
sir,
is.
ଆପଣ ବୟ
This
ହେଇଥିଲା
is
ତ
practical. So
ସେଟା
I.
ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି। Yes,
Okay. 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 Again, this method is usually not practiced. Okay. Okay. Hello. Hello.
yes, ଶୁଭିଲାନି।
Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
any other question, or else we can stop for today. I will again request your CA to give me the list of percentages. Okay. If you're having any other question, you can ask, or else we'll meet next class. Next class, I will be discussing reading part. So most probably it will take 1.5 class. So in the half class, I will be trying to finish the feeding part. Some points only I will cover, because feeding that will be covered again in the second year. Okay. So after that, we'll be free to move to which part? The other units. Which unit we are going to cover after this?
Wildlife.
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 Okay. After that, we'll cover wildlife. Okay. So here I will end for today. Good luck. Goodbye. Thank you.